What's good, beautiful people? Welcome to the podcast, Two Vegetarians Eating Chicken. It's your boy, Mr. Lingo himself.
It's your boy, KJ.
Called his ass me and Chew eating that chicken. Fuck me.
Sorry, what this called?
But welcome to Battlerap and Chicken. You feel me?
Battlerap and Chicken.
This is another segment, you feel me? Well, we've been doing Battlerap shit. You know what I'm saying? But we wanted to get creative. For all our Battlerap viewers and subscribers. Shout out to the subscribers, you know what I'm saying? All our Buzzsprout listeners, you know what I'm saying? All our YouTube subscribers, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all, you know what I'm saying? And if you ain't fucking with us yet, follow us on Twitter and IG. Number 2 VEC podcast, 2VEC podcast, you know what I'm saying? If you got some shit Battlerap wise that you want to hear us talk about, you know what I'm saying? Shoot us an email, message, you know what I'm saying? Two Vegetarians Eating Chicks, CHIX @gmail.com. You feel me? What's good, KJ?
It's a lot, man.
I'm gonna grab some of this chicken.
Go ahead.
Let me know what's good. You feel me?
Chicken definitely on point today. We ain't shouting y'all out.
But the chicken is good though. You feel me? If you from Chicago and you see me eat this motherfucker, you probably know where it's from. But you feel me? Until we start getting some sponsors, you feel me? Yeah. And we are a traveling podcast, just so y'all know. You know what I'm saying? We definitely got a different venue right now. You know what I'm saying? It's all love up in this venue. You feel me? Yeah.
Nice little spot.
It's a dope spot, you know what I'm saying? It's a really dope spot, honestly. It's the second location in this spot that we shot at, you feel me? So
Alright, we ain't need all that.
Just saying.
We ain't need all that. Yeah. So Norbes. It's on in front of everybody's mind, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. I think my only question for Norbes, or for the entire community revolving around Norbes, is even if he didn't bring certain talents, because nowadays it's been like, oh, he didn't bring me there, he didn't find me, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. I mean, that's great, but we can still say he found at least 15 to 25. And
he put in work.
Easy, great talent that's higher stature.
Proving grounds, all that shit was Norbe.
I mean, but not even, but still, even beyond the proving grounds, like his talent that he's been able to bring in has been higher stature. Mm-hmm. The way that he said that he helped set it up, and we can just go back to it, right? So it's clips of T-Rex saying that URL didn't know anybody, and that Norbes, if it wasn't for Norbes putting together T-Rex and Mav, and that was from T-Rex now. And then Verb also confirmed saying that he got a call from Norbes. Norbes wasn't able to offer him any money, so he didn't jump on the battle. But at the same time, he got the call from Norbes.
Fact.
So Norbes is doing all the reaching out and bringing people together.
He was recruiting.
Recruiting or put them on, however you want to look at it, whether you're established or not. Where does URL go without him? Right? If he's brought the last, and he said the last talent that he brought was pretty much like Swamp, Geechee Gotti, Jerry West. I think it was like 2 or 3 more that's current.
Yeah.
But still, outside of that, what have Fonz? What have we seen, right? And all of these are superstars that we predict to be superstars for the next 2-3 years. So after these superstars right here go down, what do you think the talent's going to look like for URL? Because no disrespect to anybody, but outside of those superstars, everybody has been kind of mid-tier.
It's tough, in my opinion, to say that, or to even, insinuate that potentially the URL cannot go a certain way because they don't have a person like Norbes and what he brought to the table as far as the recruiting win and putting people on and whether he did or didn't, et cetera, et cetera. Norbes definitely did a lot of work and he put in a lot of work regardless of whatever the situation is now. Motherfuckers can't take nothing away from what Norbes brought to the URL. I feel like personally that URL is so much so on a plateau now worldwide. When you think about caffeine, with that added addition, and then just everything URL had already grown to be, it's hard to say that they can't go anywhere now because they lost somebody like Norbe.
But everything don't work, right? And every person that you see that's top tier or that has been considered top tier has been his recruitment. Outside of a few, right? And so if we take away that few, you're looking at he brought you, we'll say easily 10 superstars that are still megastars to this day. Out of that 10, like you may have discovered like 3 or 4, which saying that he's led the way for your brand and everything that you represent. He's been the drive to everything. I mean, and even if you have the name, like it's easy to have the name, right? But it's not easy to find a battle rapper who can go to certain levels. Like they always say, you know, it's levels to this. And so you can't find the right battle rapper who can write the certain criteria or who can live up to this. I mean, plain and simple, right? Holmes is great, but his pen level is not where B-Dots is.
No, he got smoked.
I mean, well,
yeah, he got smoked.
I wasn't even. I'm just saying, but he's a decent. He's decent in what he does. But at the same time, like you are. So let's just say if Holmesy battled Geechee, right? Geechee never said Norbes can find him, so Geechee is somebody that knows whatever. Holmesy is someone that I assume the URL picked up. Holmesy can't. I don't think he can live up to Geechee.
No, I don't think he can be.
I mean, so like I said, it's levels. So he's finding top tier levels. Everybody else is finding bottom to mid tier people to just fill a car with. Where does the future lie? Or does it set it back up where it was just like?
I think it's a little bit of luck in that too, though.
25. It doesn't matter. 25 weeks. He did it.
Not a little bit. He did do it though. He did do it.
I mean, every shot Jordan shot wasn't perfect, but sometimes it was lucky.
Right. So it's still a little hit or miss though. At the end of the day, right? Because it's like even right now, when whatever URL is doing as far as like like even some of the rookies, right, that they got, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a rookie versus vet joint coming up soon, man. Or if it didn't happen already.
They just been like spinning them off, saying like because this guy's been here for a while,
right?
You know, this is kind of like a rookie versus vet setup. So kind of yes.
So even with what I'm saying, some of those people who are rookies or whatever, some of them might really be hit or miss. Like what I'm saying, you won't never tell until we see them battle a certain person, or what I'm saying, so they can actually see if they can level up to whoever that top tier person is that they're battling, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you won't know until you feel me, you get to a battle, and then you'd be like, oh damn, like that's what URL bought in, like, you know what I'm saying? Because we was just talking about who won the first ultimate. Who was it? Fun. And we ain't seen Fun since, you know what I'm saying?
But we don't know if that's because of him or if it's because of URL.
Right. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? Sure. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's just gonna be really hit or miss. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, everything's hit or miss.
That's true. But as far as like, you know what I'm saying, you mentioned earlier that like, you feel me, Norbes pretty much is finding like, top tier type talent. Like, you know what I'm saying? And not saying that he wasn't. You feel me? If you really think about the people who quote unquote Norbes, discovered in a way or put them on to URL. Even though they probably already knew about URL, they just needed somebody to, you feel me, put them in the game, like, you know what I'm saying, coach them ready, you feel me? And so it's interesting. I feel like URL losing somebody like Norbes, it was a hit on they part, like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know the behind the scenes shit and all of that, like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people had a lot of shit to say about Norbes and who he was as an individual and this and that, and they ain't got nothing to do with me as an individual. I don't know his story, you know what I'm saying? I just know what he was able to bring from my eyes and what I was able to see URL wise, and you know what I'm saying, some of the talent that he brought in. So if he had some sort of like formula when it came to recruiting and going to different cities and all of that shit and being a plug and knowing who was this on the battle rap tip and who was nice and who wasn't, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it had to be people who came across and was like, nah, you feel me? We got this person, you know what I'm saying? So it is interesting. It is interesting to think about, you know what I'm saying? I don't think URL would like plummet in any way, like, you know what I'm saying? They clearly winning in the battle rap world.
I don't think they would plummet. What I think would happen is that it will open the door for other leagues. So
like who?
Like it's easier for someone to, what is it? For like RBE to step up and to steal certain battlers or to set off certain battles. Like their push won't be as strong anymore if they don't have the strongest talent. I think that's where it's going to lead to. Them having weaker talent, which means that they won't be the, like, because at the end of the day.
Do they still got enough top tier talent to still prevail?
I give them 3 years, yes. I don't think, unless something drastic happens, I think that as long as Jerry West, B. Dye, Swamp, And these got fines. Even Holmesy, as long as these guys are around, I think they still have potential to be top tier talent. Mm-hmm. So, but we know that like Jerry West comes with a pen. We know that like some rappers are just that. Like I feel like the K Shines, the JCs, all these people are going to be slowing down soon. And when they start to slow down, who are going to get to replace them? You know what I'm saying?
So you say about 3 years.
I gave it 2 or 3 years before we see the transition of the actual older battle rappers slowing down.
And that's facts, because even with how the way battle rap is going right now, it has really opened up doors to do other things. Like you think about Hitman, you think about Charlie Clips, and them being a Conceited, being a fucking Wildin' Out, which isn't even a thing anymore.
I mean, Bird
Conceited.
Bird movie. He helped write for T.I. I check the credits, but
no, I'm pretty sure he did Verb nice on the lyrics. You feel me?
I'm just saying though.
Verb nice. So it has opened up doors for more things. So I do see some of these like top tier battlers and veterans moving on to other things, whether it's music, whether it's acting, whether it's they own entrepreneurial type shit.
Sure.
Then it's going to have to be that next wave who comes in. So you do make a valid point, like who that next wave is going to be. Are they going to be top tier people? You know what I'm saying? Are they going to be like mediocre ass, like, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, even those mediocre and people who are, like people like Holmesy and, Fonz, whatever, they can still evolve their pen just like all the other top tier people had to do at some point. Like, you know what I'm saying? They ain't coming that shit hella cold. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was years of work. You know
I think, but it depends on who you're talking about, though.
That's true.
I think because when we look at who
K-Shine ain't always been the way K-Shine is.
Not,
you feel what I'm saying?
Not pen wise, but energy and performance wise, he has.
Facts. Since he
stepped on stage, he's been that person. Goods has always came with that energy. Bird has always came with what he's had. Hitman the same way. Charlie Clips the same way. So these were already stars. Calico the same way. The same. Ron Nitty the same way. Like they're coming into this game at PG level, and they're staying at like high performances. Mm-hmm. Everybody don't stay at high performances. Prime example, like fuck his buddy name. Oh gosh.
URL battle.
He was on URL for a while, for a couple battles. He did the Tone Montana versus goddamn, what's his name?
Lotazay.
I
fucking Lotazay.
But I do too though. But at the same time though, like what happened to him, right?
He just battled though.
But not on URL.
It wasn't on URL. It was
right?
on King of the Dot.
And then he also battled on John League a couple times. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. Lotazay was a great pen. Lotazay was a great performer. But what happened to Lotazay? He went somewhere else. Now, let's say URL doesn't have the cream of the crop. Lotazay is going to shine in bullpen. Lotazay is going to shine at KOTD. And guess what? Now KOTD is going to be popping because Lotazay is there. The same way that Wolf at KOTD. You know what I'm saying? He brings a certain crowd. Like you go and watch an ice battle.
He was always alone. I
mean, it is what it is, but you still go and you watch an ice battle though.
Gotcha.
And so they bring that, and so with more people sporadically separated, URL don't have the NBA status anymore. It's more of a D1 basketball league. Anybody can win. Which is I mean,
ain't nobody safe.
I mean, fair.
Yeah, that's true.
Because what you're gonna say is like, oh well, like what was it before Chef Trez got on URL? Chef Trez is hot. On John's league, on the bullpen. Geechee just set up him a thing. He had a couple battles on there on his quote unquote league. I can't think of the name of it. Yeah. But I'm just saying, but still.
But I ain't knocking that though.
No. But I'm just saying the people themselves are setting up leagues themselves, and talent's going to be sporadic. URL will not be as strong if talent is sporadic. They can't be as strong as talent is sporadic because you're not going to have a complete card that I want to see. Like this, like Saturday card, fire.
Card's fire.
But you won't have that in 2 to 3 years if they don't have someone to recruit those top tiers like Norbes did.
That's facts.
Right.
I'm not gonna disagree with
No, but I'm just saying, like it's crazy to think about, and it's crazy to even say like 2 to 3 years. But let's think about it, right? After the pandemic, after everybody's upset, after everyone goes out, catch the first 1 or 2 cards live, After that, and they, it starts to dwindle down, people gonna be looking for new talent.
Right.
Older battle rappers are gonna want more money, and URL's not gonna want to pay it. So at the end of the day, who are we gonna get to replace these people? Mid-tier people. Like, you can't push a mid-tier person on the group. Want to know why? Because no one has been able to pop in other leagues because they're mid-tier to bottom-tier rappers right now. Why? Because you already have cream of the crop.
Yeah, I think they're gonna really have to start giving some of these battlers who hasn't really gotten the much deserved shine on the URL stage. So people like Young Cannon, Big Cannon.
But he's still up in age too.
No, that's what I'm saying. So like, if it got to a point of like, in the next 2 or 3 years, and all of the, like, half or majority of the top tier, battle rappers are like not battling as much or venturing off to doing their own thing, they're gonna have to start at that level if they haven't set up some sort of formula already in place to recruit, or find the next, Geechee Gotti or Rum Nitty or like whatever the case may be.
Gotti came out of like nowhere though.
He did. He did. He did, but he clearly already had that shit. He just needed to get on the right stage, because once he got on the URL stage, then they gonna want champion of the year 2 years in a row. You know what I'm saying? And one of them was probably questionable, but
yes,
the first one was pretty clear.
Yes.
The second one potentially is definitely questionable. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. I definitely feel like they need to figure out some sort of like recruitment formula. I mean, the little tournaments and all of that is cool, like, But again, even with those tournaments, they could be hit or miss. It could be some trash ass people in them tournaments. Who just on some, just trying to just jump on the wave because battle rap is happening type shit. But you ain't no damn battle rapper, like, So it's interesting.
I mean, throwing out spaghetti at the wall, some able to stick, right?
That's true. All that shit ain't gonna slide down. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Right. So no, it's a very interesting topic, man. It's so funny how you can go from being such an intricate piece to such a movement to being like, almost kind of like trying to be erased. That's literally what's happening to Norbes right now. At the end of the day, like I said, I don't know the deep behind the scenes type shit. Is clearly, something deeper, because it's like if Norbes, if we sit here talking about all the shit that Norbes has done for URL, and they can't just cut that man a check or negotiate or whatever the case may be. I don't know the logistics, behind the case and all of that shit. You feel me? The logistics, but it's just kind of interesting. But some people like that, it is hard to be replaced. Especially when they started, at the mud when the shit was just beginning type shit. It's hard to replace that, because it's like when you think about motherfuckers like Murder Book, who's still fucking battling. And still got clout, in the URL world, and people like T-Rex, who I used to think for a long time, why this nigga still like, and when he said that line, that nigga had a battle rap lifespan, he won line, you feel, because this nigga still be getting battles, and it's just like, bro, how many times you gotta die to not get a battle anymore? Like, damn, like that's the case. Rich Dollar should still be battling.
Hey, stop.
I'm just saying. You feel me? Like, but no, that shit is interesting. You feel me? But we'll see in the next 2 or 3 years. Like, we gonna hold you to that prediction.
Maybe 6 months. Shit. No.
Shit. No, they moving though. They still moving.
They are, and Caffeine's gonna put a big force behind them.
They did
at the same time. What happens after this? Let's say Norbes win the lawsuit. Like does that really drive shit? Like, that's crazy.
It's gonna drive something.
But I mean, they're back on YouTube, obviously, so something's getting drive. The app, they ain't really just working the app. They definitely trying to work YouTube, find their foot back in YouTube. Guess that app costs more than what they thought it was. I mean, but at the end of the day, that's what it is. Yeah. So that's that.
We'll see.
We have to. Ain't got no choice, pretty much.
The chicken fire is fucked up.
We'll see. I think I like the flavor.
The flavor, yes.
I like the flavor. It's getting a little cold, so it's getting a little hard. But coming out warm, it was nice and It was on point. Your suggestion was hot this time. I was questioning it, boy. I was like, nah, boy. In my head, I was like, let's try this other spot. But I was like, I'm gonna let bro go ahead and run with this one.
I'm a foodie for sure, bro. I'm definitely a food connoisseur. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, stay tuned for that too, right? Because we go soon be in the kitchen though.
We got some shit coming. Hey. You feel me? But that's on a whole another subject. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna give y'all too much of that. You feel me? Go subscribe to the Twitter. Go subscribe to the IG. 2 Vegetarians Eating Chicken. You know what I'm saying? 2 Vec Podcast. Number 2 VEC Podcast. You feel me? Y'all got some shit y'all want to hear us talk about. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the battle rap world. You feel me? Battle rap and chicken. You know what I'm saying? This is the segments we coming with. You feel me? From now on. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be live. Because the battle rap world is going to continue to heat up. You know what I'm saying? It's going to continue to be controversial.
Yeah.
You feel me? And that's what we all about. You feel me? So shoot us some shit. You feel me? 2 Vegetarians Eating Chicks. Also CHIX@gmail.com. Go ahead, my brother.
Check out the general topics. You know, we got those once a week as well. We do shit outside of battle rap. Pardon my French. But
no, go subscribe to the YouTube. You feel me?
Yeah, check out the Instagram.
All that shit is up there. We 6 episodes in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Chicago rapping, Midwest rapping. You know what I'm saying?
Traveling podcast.
We gonna have some battle rappers on this motherfucker soon. You feel me?
Critics.
That's big facts.
We do it all. So
shit. You feel me? We gotta try to tackle them Chicago battle rappers first. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna name drop. You feel me? If you're a battle rap fan, you know who they is. You feel me?
Fair.
Say less. It's your boy Mr. Lingo himself.
It's your boy KJ.
Peace.
All right.